Welcome to This Week in West Hempstead, sponsored this week by Stern and Spiegel LLP, 5168-731-683. Let us solve your problems. And by Tiffany Dry Cleaners, environmentally safe pickup and delivery in West Hempstead and surrounding communities, 718-309-5222. And by our friends at I&D Glot Market. Stop by for all your kosher shopping needs. Here are your hosts, David and Norm. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Dan, and thank you, Norm.
Really difficult week.
Yeah, we're struggling through the situation that's going on in the Middle East right now. There are many people in West Hempstead who are directly impacted. There are those who are in harm's way. There are those who have left from West Hempstead to go to Israel, whether it is to serve in the military, bring supplies, or do whatever they can. It's really hitting us very hard, and certain families much harder than others.
Yeah, it's been horrendous, and you see the outpouring of support. This week they had a rally in Eisenhower Park. It was hosted by Bruce Blakeman, the county executive. He had most of the political leaders and religious leaders from every denomination speaking in support, speaking about the sadness that they're feeling, and for the hope for peace.
Yeah, and at the local level, you have both organized charities, but also what we see all over are these grassroots types of volunteers. There's lists of things that are needed. There is a steady flow of supplies that are going from West Hempstead to JFK to Israel. This is how the community is getting together to do what needs to be done.
And what's truly remarkable is that in Israel, a truly divided country politically is now pulled together completely. They have a coalition government now, what they should have had a long time ago, but it takes something like a huge tragedy to pull people together. But that's what was needed, and that's what happened.
And when you bring that in locally, you see religious organizations all over the area getting together, joining these rallies. You see religious leaders who are calling out what is happening and condemning what is happening. And people within West Hempstead are getting together. We also have a shared security issue, because what's happening in the Middle East is only, kind of a reflection of what could potentially happen here.
Yeah,
so we always have to be on guard.
The NYPD, among others, have issued warnings for people that they should be on heightened senses of security. Our own local PD and the security organizations around town are, I believe, taking action to make sure that they're keeping vigilant out here. I saw this video the other day of some Hamas protester blocking up the Clearview Expressway. So what's happening 6,000 miles away has impact locally. Yeah. And listen, this is the times we live in, and it's very difficult.
Yeah, and I think we should, at the end of the day, heed the words of our president, that we stand with Israel.
Yeah, I think Congress stands with Israel as well, but it's unfortunate that Congress couldn't even put out a support resolution in the House, because they can't agree on a House leadership. But I know that the Congress is behind Israel. They always have been, especially at a time like this.
And probably now, unfortunately, is a time for us to take a short commercial break.
Be right back.
Tiffany Dry Cleaner is ready to handle all your cleaning, laundering, and dry cleaning needs. We offer free pickup and delivery Sunday to Friday in all communities. Give us a shout.
All right, and welcome back. And as we are sort of the old News 12 tagline, as local news gets. There's a lot of things happening in our backyard. One of them is they finally put up the traffic light on Woodfield, but for some reason it's taken a long time to just light it up.
Yeah, it'll get done shortly. I think it's just a technician that has to come and deal with the timing.
So there's just one guy who has to flip the switch, is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, no, it'll take 6 guys. Somebody has to supervise it.
Or women.
You need a safety guy, you need a trainer, you need a supervisor. I mean, it's going to take time.
I mean, I've seen this before. You know, they replace traffic lights on Hempstead Turnpike all the time, and you see the thing hanging there for like 2 weeks before anybody actually makes the connections. Hopefully, they'll get it done. The bigger question is, will we now start to see some improvement in the safety there?
And I assume that they'll get it done before they, figure out the pool situation. I mean, it's just wonderful that they filled these things up, but it's serving absolutely no purpose. And now the outdoor pools are filled. It's the middle of October, and we still have no word as to when this thing is going to launch. It's just unbelievable.
Does this mean we're getting a skating rink in? Is that it? Or
That's a great idea.
You know what? Skating rink sounds good. And there have been suggestions of a free year membership. Who knows? But tell us something. It's just so bizarre. And talking about bizarre, what's with all these nuts and all these things? Acorns. You have to walk around with them.
Nuts.
No, well, there are a couple of nuts in the community, but I mean, you have to walk around with a hard hat. And I've really, in all the years that I've lived here, I've never seen such a downpour of nuts.
Well, then you haven't been around election time.
I will tell you that for many of you may have noticed the sukkahs that were out, and so I would be sitting out there last week during the holiday, and it was like small arms fire come down on the roof. When I took it down, I was ankle deep in acorns. I will say one other thing. There's apparently been sort of a weird growing year, because I know some of the flowers and plants that I have that normally are blooming and things didn't. So apparently there's some weird stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an unusual year. And if you go to our Facebook site, you'll see a picture of a town of Hempstead street sweeper making its way through the presidential section, trying to gather its nuts. I mean, it's and a lot of theories as to what's going on. But really, at the end of the day, it's just Mother Nature saying, enough already. Anything new on the elections? I mean, we're here. We see lawn signs all over the place, although they all seem to be one-sided. Anything new going on?
Just that they've been sending out mailers, so if you want to vote by mail, they've already distributed the voting paperwork. If you haven't gotten one, you can contact the voting guys, and they'll send you an application.
Great. And soon we're going to have a homecoming photo montage, and we're going to kind of go back to wet Hempstead and what went on. But what went on was the game, and not only that, but I have almost kind of like local breaking news, which is that the West Hempstead Rams finally won. They're now 1-4. They beat Lawrence 37-14. And this upcoming Friday, they'll be playing North Shore. So, hey, one for West Hempstead.
You got to start the rallies somewhere, so hopefully this is the start of some better things for the team.
We are rooting for the team to do well. And I think that's going to do it for This Week in West Hempstead. I want to thank you, Dan. I want to thank you, Norm. A lot going on in the community. Go out and volunteer and do your part. This is David Kirshner. Have a great week.
Take care.
Thanks for watching, everybody. If you would like to sponsor our program, much like Stern & Spiegel, IND, and Tiffany Dry Cleaners, please reach out to us at sales@westhempsteadecho.com.